Hi crochet friends, I think you will love this week's tutorial. Today we will be crocheting these very lovely mesh phone bags. They are very quick to make and entirely customizable. These are the materials that I will be using today. As you can see, we are only using very simple stitches, mainly the double crochet. These are the dimensions of the bag. Again, it's entirely customizable and I'll show you how as we work through the tutorial. And without further ado, let's get started. We'll first start by creating a slip knot. How I like to do mine is I twist the yarn to form a loop and pull the tail end of the yarn through. Insert our hook and tighten. Next we will chain the width of the bag. This can be any size, but for the size of my phone I am going to chain 12. So wrapping my yarn around my hook and pulling through the slip knot, that's one chain, and I'm doing a total of 12. After you have chained the width of your bag, we are going to do 4 more chains. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we are going to do a double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook. To help you count, this is our first chain, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. To do a double crochet, we wrap our yarn around our hook once, insert our hook into that 4th chain, grab our yarn and pull up a loop. We now have 3 loops on our hook. Wrap our yarn and pull through 2 loops. Wrap our yarn and pull through the remaining 2. So that is our double crochet done. The chain for it to start does count as a stitch in a chain 1, and you'll know what I mean as we work along. We will now be working on our mesh pattern. So we've just done a double crochet. We are always going to chain 1 afterwards. Now our mesh pattern is going to be skipping the next chain and working a double crochet into the chain after. So we've just done our double crochet, we chain 1. To continue, we skip our next chain, again work a double crochet into the chain after. Chain 1, we'll continue skipping that next chain, double crochet in the chain after, chain 1, and we're just going to keep going all the way until we have reached the very end here. I've just worked the mesh pattern all the way to the end. If you also did chain 12 to start, this is what yours should look like. As you can see, I've just done a double crochet and chain 1 in that last chain. We're going to repeat that 2 more times. So we're going to do a double crochet again in that chain. Chain 1, and 1 more time we're going to do a double crochet in that last chain, and chain 1. After we have finished working on this side of the bag, we're going to go ahead and continue with our mesh pattern on the other side. Now what we want to do is we want to work a double crochet above each one from the prior round. So again, we're going to wrap our yarn around our hook, insert our hook, grab our yarn and pull up a loop, wrap our yarn and pull through 2, wrap our yarn and pull through 2 again. chain 1, we're going to skip that next chain and work a double crochet into the chain after, pulling up a loop, pulling through 2 and 2 again, chain 1, skip that next chain and work a double crochet right above the one from the prior round. We're going to continue all the way until the very end. I'm going to do this with you. And there we have it. After working the last double crochet and chain 1, we are going to end this round by doing a slip stitch. We're going to do a slip stitch into the 3rd chain. So this is our 1st, 2nd, 3rd. We're going to insert our hook, grab our yarn and pull through, and pull through again. And this is what our base should look like. Here on, the rounds are going to be exactly the same. To start, we always chain 4. This does count as a double crochet and a chain 1. And then we are going to work a double crochet right above the one from the last round. Chain 1 and continue working a double crochet right above the one from the last round. Chain 1, and there we go. We're just going to continue all the way around, and I'll meet you when we're done. I've just worked the mesh pattern all the way around. You will remember from the start of this round we chained 4. Because this itself does count as a stitch and a chain 1 already, that's why I'm no longer doing another double crochet in that same stitch. So to end this round, we are going to do a slip stitch into that 3rd chain. So we're going to count together. That's our 1st, 2nd, 3rd chain. We're going to insert our hook, grab our yarn and pull through, and pull through again. Just like that. So we are going to repeat exactly what I've just done for the last round all the way until we have reached the desired height for our bag. I've just finished working the body of the bag. I'm very happy with the size. I ended up doing a total of 10 rounds of the body. And this is how it's looking at the moment. Next, we are going to be working on the bag strap. To work on our bag strap, we are going to chain the length until we are happy with it. I am going to chain it so that it wraps around like a crossbody bag. So to do a chain again, we wrap our yarn around our hook and pull through. We just continue until we are happy with the length of it. Just bear in mind that this does stretch a little bit. I chained 130 as that is the perfect size for me. Once I am happy with the size of the bag strap, I am going to work on attaching it onto the bag. As you can see, this is where I have started the bag strap, and I want the same number of stitches on either side. So right now that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have marked the stitch next to it. I'm going to turn my bag and count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which means that I have 7 stitches on both sides, and I can mark my bag strap here. So to do so, I'm going to grab my bag strap, pull out my hook, insert my hook where I've marked the stitch, and pull the hook through that stitch and through the bag strap again. And to attach it, I'm going to wrap my yarn around my hook, pull through the bag strap end where I've marked that stitch, and chain 1. As you can see, I've cut my yarn, so I'm just going to pull my yarn all the way through. And there we have it. We have just finished attaching our bag strap. And you can see it's nice and even because we have the same number of stitches on both sides. Now don't stress if you don't have exactly the same number of stitches. It being slightly uneven is not going to be very noticeable at all. But it's just worked out that the number of chains that I've started with has allowed us to have the same number of stitches on either side. And that is what it looks like. Now feel free to go ahead and do another round of single crochet if you like, but I think the bag is nice and sturdy, especially with the way we have ended and started the round. I don't think it's going to snap, and I like the look of how thin it is, so I'm going to end the project here. Now we are going to work on weaving in our ends. First, I'm going to pull out my stitch marker and turn my bag inside out. And what you'll see is that I have already buried the end as we were working on the base of our bag. I'm pretty happy with it, so I'm just going to cut it. And that means we only have one tail end of our yarn that we need to weave through. We want to be extra careful with this one just because this is where we have attached our bag strap. What I like to do is I want to pull the tail end of the yarn through as many stitches as possible, in as many directions as well. And this way I can be really confident that it's not going to just undo. I'm going to do it one more time. I'd just like to tie a little knot . it's nice and secure. Turn our bag right side facing out again. Thank you all for watching this week's tutorial. I really hope you love your phone bag. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment down below. Otherwise, I would really appreciate a like from you. It really helps my channel so that I can continue making these videos for you in the future. Thank you once again, and I'll see you next time. Bye!